Hi, I'm JJ Conway, and I help hardworking women and a few good men build financial confidence and take ownership of their financial future. I'm cheering you on with education on financial literacy, smart investments, and passive income streams. Welcome to Ladies of Wealth. Let's talk about Juneteenth. So, hi, everybody. This is JJ Conway, the founder of the Juneteenth Legacy Economic Summit. This is our 7th year, and I was so excited for the 7th year because in the Bible, the 7th year is the year of Jubilee. And, the year of Jubilee, the year of freedom, the year people are like free. Like I had this whole vision for Juneteenth. For those of us, who honor the history of Juneteenth and understand what it means to us today, to me, the idea of Jubilee really dovetailed nicely. But instead of being a year of Jubilee, this year's kind of become a nightmare for many, many people. All right, so real quick, for those of you who don't know the biblical concept of Jubilee, it's a construct for ensuring civility in dealing with indentured servants and slaves and ensuring that they had a pathway to freedom. Now, the Bible does not applaud slavery. We want to make that really clear because I've been in churches where they're like, yeah, the Bible teaches about slavery, so all y'all black people need to stop complaining. That is not what the Bible says or does, okay? But the Bible does offer guidelines for Israelites who held slaves, how to treat them with respect, educate them, and then after 6 years, release them with enough funds to start a new life. Like that is so not the slavery of the South, right? Like if that was the slavery of the South, I don't think people would be crying out for reparations. We're not getting started on that. Okay, but every 6 years, after 6 years, so that 7th year was a year of Jubilee. And then every 50th year was a huge nationwide Jubilee where everybody was released and the land was not farmed so it could rest. So the concept of rest is very biblical. We'll talk about that another time. But when it comes to Jubilee, for me, the bottom line is that it was our 7th year. We were a conference before Juneteenth was a holiday. And I was really looking forward to incorporating that into our celebration. But so many of us are in fear right now. We've seen people who lost their jobs through no fault of their own, people whose benefits, their hard-earned veterans and other benefits just taken away, just poof into dead air. We've watched helplessly as social programs that once helped us escape poverty have been defunded all across America. And I know that many of us live in areas that don't understand how important those things are for us. Now more than ever, we need to talk about the disparities of wealth by race in America. We need to talk about how to create multiple streams of income that will carry us through such storms. And we need to talk about how to get off, as Dr. Boyce Watkins calls it, the corporate plantation and provide methods of livelihood for our families that no man can take away. Dr. George C. Fraser, our opening keynote speaker, said that African American consumers spend $1.1 trillion a year. We have to unlock the economic and entrepreneurial power of Black America. And when I read a stat like that, I think of just how much good we could do for our next generation if we harnessed even 1% of that spending power and put it towards empowering our youth to create their own businesses, invest in real estate, and build a network of economic support. I mean, even 0.01% of that is $110 million. Now, I want y'all to stop and think about this, okay? With 40 million Black people in the United States, that's 14.4% of the population. That's like $2 to $3 per person. For $2 to $3 per person, we could educate every single one of our high schoolers on wealth and entrepreneurship principles. But no, that's not the kind of articles I see about us. I see about us the Black consumer of 300 billion opportunity, McKenzie Company. And y'all, they have profiled us to a T. If I'll put the link in the show notes for this when I make this into the podcast, or if I remember to do it in these Thursday night videos, they have profiled us to a T. They understand that we like entertainment, and they look at our neighborhoods to figure out where the best places that companies can move in to extract our funds. Now more than ever, we need to talk about this racial bias that was always there under the surface, but now is being flaunted in our faces, just like it was when I was told at the Air Force Academy that I couldn't declare physics because I was Black. I did it anyway, and we need to make things work anyway. We need to prosper anyway, and not just talk, okay? This isn't just a talk and vent session. Yes, we need safe places to vent. And when we're done venting, we need to craft a plan and a strategy to do something about it. What action are we going to take today so that tomorrow people who look like this are going to be less fearful, more confident, and better financially prepared for whatever is coming down? The bottom line is no one will care more about us than we care about us. It's time to take action. It's time to get educated, equipped, and connected. It's the only way we're going to successfully build wealth and create the life of power and freedom that you deserve. Nobody else is going to pull us out of the bondage that we're in but ourselves. I'm JJ Conway. I'm inviting you to America's #1 Black Wealth Strategy Conference, and you can learn more about that at JuneteenthLegacy.com. Now that sounds good, right? Doesn't that sound good? That's a nice little commercial for Juneteenth Legacy, right? But here's where I need your help. Minority empowerment conferences all over the United States are losing funding from sponsors who no longer want to be perceived as supporting diversity efforts, DE&I efforts. This has impacted all levels of our conference, from our funding to our original venue that was sponsored by the state, to the Black-owned businesses, vendors who we were going to lean on, who lost their main job, and now they're working 2 or 3 menial jobs just to get by. So they put their side businesses on the back burner because it just wasn't making enough to feed their family yet. Like, their American dream is fading from before their eyes. And you and I have an opportunity to do something about it. They lost their government job through no fault of their own. This government resource shut down through no fault of their own. And sometimes life happens to us. It is not our fault, some of the things that happen to us. But guess what? It is our responsibility. It may not be our fault today, but it's our responsibility to build our dream and to fight for our dream and to build our families and to fight for our families. And to build our businesses and to fight for our businesses. But sometimes we can't do it without a little help from our friends. And so, this was supposed to be the Year of Jubilee. We had finally, I was so excited. We finally got to the point in this conference where I wasn't going to have to charge speakers a cost share. And I made that commitment last year. I said, hey, you're already part of the family. You're going to do your 10-minute. We're not going to make you pay to be a part of this conference because we're finally getting the movement we need to be a self-sustaining event, right? And I'm a person of my word, so I'm not going to change that. It's still free to speak as long as you're not selling. And then it's like there's a fee to participate if you want a table to sell. And it's only, listen, other anthologies are charging thousands of dollars, and we are just made it $99 to be a co-author in our Juneteenth Legacy anthology. We just want to cover our costs, right? So I'm not going to go away from that commitment, but that commitment puts me at a crossroads. Because we'll be in Fort Worth this year. We'll be walking with Opal Lee, the mother of Juneteenth. Isn't that fantastic? We found a delightful Black-owned venue in Fort Worth with a Black-owned hotel 10 minutes away. And there's a cattle drive happening right after our Black Veterans Brunch. And we're hopeful that the new Juneteenth Museum will be having its grand opening that week. I mean, like, how amazing an experience will this be? Y'all know we plan these a couple years out. Next year we'll be in Tulsa. The year after that we'll be in Kansas City. We didn't know that the Juneteenth Museum was going to be opening up this year when we planned to have it in the DFW area. We didn't know that by time we came here, Miss Opal Lee will have been successful in getting Juneteenth to be a holiday. Now, look, it may go away soon. We don't know about that, but we certainly want to march with her. She's 90 years old. Let's get out there and march with her. And I was really afraid, y'all, when this government agency said, nope, we're not doing that stuff anymore. And this government agency, nope, you can't have the room anymore. And all these different things started coming apart. I really thought we were going to have to cancel the in-person event and just go online. But the Spirit stopped me. And all these other options started to bubble up to the surface, all these other activities and things about Fort Worth. And then I could see why. I mean, like, this is going to be a powerful event like none other that I've ever put together. Our opening keynote will be Dr. George Fraser streaming in, and there's plenty of room for you on the in-person or virtual stage. We're going to have a Q&A with Brother Bedford about, from the Masters of Business. We're going to be talking about how you can make your business relevant with what's going on. Basically, we're going to be, I hope I don't get canceled for this, but we're going to be talking about how to build yourself a Trump-proof business. All right. And so we want you to be there. We want you to be there. I want you to be there. Whether you're in the room or on the Zoom, I want you to be there. Whether you're Black or not, I want you to be there. Because if you're an ally today, I want you to understand what people are going through. Trust me when I say Fox News ain't it. All right. But I can't do it without money. I need sponsors. The Microsofts and the Walmarts, they're not supporting conferences like this anymore. And I need you to partner with me, or else we're going to have to convert to online and lose access to all this amazing in-person history. And last year, I was okay with going online because, I mean, come on, it's not our fault that the venue in Atlanta went into foreclosure right before the conference. I mean, but this time, y'all, it hits different. This time, it isn't just a bad business owner. I can't even say bad business owner. I'm sure they tried their best. But this time, it's the policies of the very nation that I spent 23 years defending and protecting that put us in this bind. And if we study history, we see the same pattern over and over again. So I am asking you to sponsor the conference. You can email me or comment deck if you would like the sponsor deck, but real quick, let me tell you what you get at our current levels, okay? So at the $1,000 sponsorship, you get both a virtual and physical vendor booth. You get 4 tickets for you and your team. You get your logo on our virtual background that all the speakers will use and on our ticketing website. And you can put marketing materials in both the physical and virtual swag bags, okay? You or a rep for your business may provide up to a 10-minute talk to the audience. Isn't that great, huh? All right, at the $2,500 sponsorship level, you get all that plus 4 more tickets, total of 8. You get your representative's headshot on those event graphics that feature more than one speaker, and you may also provide a 2-minute commercial to be played during breaks and online. You can also host a pre or post conference virtual VIP session with our event attendees. So we have the main conference on Juneteenth, Thursday, June 19th. Then we also have, leading up to the conference and a few weeks after the conference, virtual VIP sessions, and you can host one of those. And in those sessions, you can entertain and educate the audience as well as sell your services. At the $5,000 sponsorship level, you get all of those things plus a very, very special business Q&A. I want to give you his name, but I'm waiting for the actual 100%. Yes, I've got the soft virtual. I'm waiting for the written confirmation, but this is a Q&A with the president and CEO of one of the largest private African-American, I can't even tell you what the company is because you'll know who I'm talking about right away, in the United States, and host of, I can't tell you that either yet. Oh, I hope he gets back to me soon. But this will be a private session. It's going to be held 2 weeks before the conference, and you're going to get access to that very special Q&A with this world leader, this CEO of an international company that provides services specifically geared to people of color. Ooh, okay. All right. So if you're interested in sponsoring the event, reach out to me soon. Our deadline for making some decisions is rapidly approaching. And if you can't do those levels, let me know what you can do and how I can help your business. And we'll customize a sponsor package for you. Maybe you can only do $100. Well, let's talk about what you need. What's going to be the most benefit to your business? And we'll customize a little a little $100 package for you. Maybe we'll give you a 2-minute commercial, or maybe we'll let you put things in the swag bags, or maybe maybe we'll do something for you. But we want everybody to participate. Okay. We want everybody to be a part, because I think this conference is going to be its most special yet. And y'all know I hate asking for money. I really do, because I'm just one of those people. I just want to do it all myself. I just want to do it all myself and get it done. But at some point, we have to say, I need help. And I need two kinds of help. I need money, and I also need people to help in the running of the conference. So if that's you, reach out to me as well. I probably should have said that first, because I think I lost everybody when I started talking about money. But I'm looking for someone to be a virtual host. I'm looking for ambassadors to help talk up I'm looking for ambassadors to help talk it up. And we also have affiliate links. So if you're an ambassador, or if you're any kind of host, or if you're any kind of advertising, you might actually make money on your affiliate links of any tickets that are sold through your special link, because we believe in cost sharing. This isn't just to line my pockets. Okay. All I need is to make sure I pay for the event. If I can help create pathways for somebody else, then I'm going to do that. And I remember when I couldn't afford, I remember when I was $800,000 in debt. It didn't matter how good your product was. I couldn't afford it. It didn't matter how good your service was. I couldn't afford it. You could be the most amazing coach on the planet, and I couldn't afford it. But there was a lady out there, and I'll name her name. She's not a woman of color, but she is a woman of success. Her name is Lisa Sasevich, and she had an affiliate program. And you could participate in her affiliate program even if you had never come to one of her classes. And I was using her affiliate program to save up for one of her classes. And, it's where I got the concept for. And that's why I always create pathways in my conferences for somebody else to do the same. So maybe you're not sure you can sponsor, but maybe you can be an ambassador and you can help spread the word. Maybe you're somebody who can come help volunteer in person to help run the registration table. Somebody, if you're detail oriented today, maybe you want to come in and volunteer your services as an event planner. There's all kinds of ways. Maybe you're really great behind the mic and you want to volunteer your services as an MC. I'm okay to let you be the MC, especially if you're going to do a better job than me. Now, I don't do a bad job. I don't do a bad job on that, let me tell you. But if you can do a good job, let's highlight you. Let's build your business. All right. Okay. All right. So, one thing I need you to know about Juneteenth, there's actually a couple things. So if you're just coming back to me, I'm going to need about 3 or 4 more minutes on Juneteenth. Okay. Couple more things you need to know. There is not going to be a public broadcast this year. So for the last 4 or 5 years, all of my conferences have had a public broadcast, and we've had 10,000, 15,000 views on these conferences. And we've had lots of comments, and people have reached out to our speakers, and they've sent our speakers money. They enjoyed what they're saying. And so that's been very, very profitable model. But this year, the topics are so important, and people are so afraid to talk about them, that we decided to make it private. Now look, you and I both know anything that's online is not 100% private, but these topics are so touchy. And with all the uncertainty out there, even though we can't guarantee privacy online, we do feel that extra level of privacy will help foster the conversation we want to have. So there's not going to be a public broadcast, and there are not going to be any free tickets. If you want to participate in this event, you're going to have to prove that you're with us by paying for a ticket. Okay. Now, some speakers who want to invite their audience that they've already vetted may bring they're going to be given tickets that they can comp their friends and family and their mailing lists. Some speakers will be able to comp tickets to their audiences, but people off the street, you're not going to come in here and wreak havoc on our people. You're not going to do that not on my watch. Okay. So there's an entry gate to help ensure our safety. All right. 2 more things. Okay. Speakers and authors. All right. All right, speakers, leaders, community activists, if you want to be a speaker at the event, whether you want to speak live, virtually, or in person, or whether you want to pre-record a virtual talk, whether you're going to be able to join us in Fort Worth, any way that you want to be able to join us and speak, go to juneteenthlegacy.com and you will be able to click the button that says apply to speak and fill out the application. There's no charge to speak as long as you're not selling from the stage. And if you want to sell, on the link, scroll down, the tickets have a Black Wall Street booth kind of thing, either at the virtual or in person. There's an advertise your business thing, that you can use to sell stuff with. Okay. But also this year we are doing the Juneteenth Voices of Legacy anthology, and we still have some slots left. I want you to tell your story. Hang on, my voice is going. Oh my goodness. Let me start that over. Okay. All right. Authors, we have some slots available for the Juneteenth Legacy Anthology. I want you to tell your story. Whether it's a short paragraph or a whole chapter, we want you to tell your story. And if you're interested in contributing, let me know. You have a story. You just need a stage. You just need a platform. You just need a medium. You need a way to get your words in front of other people's eyeballs. People can learn from what you've been through. That your pain isn't supposed to be in vain, hiding in the silence. So tell your story. Let someone learn from you. You can help others get back up when life knocks them down. So many people right now are living in fear, and they've been knocked down by these sweeping policies that cost people their jobs and their health care and all kinds of things. And I know some of you are really excited about all the great things that you think are going to happen. And I hope that great things do happen, but I'm looking at the here and now. And the here and now, people are stressed, people are fearful, people are anxious, people are losing their opportunities. And it would be different if it was their fault, but it's not. And some of you, you've bounced back from adversity and you've figured out how to succeed in these trying times. Tell your story. Tell your story. Help somebody else. Help pave the way. Help lift somebody else up. I've got 3 impactful ways for you to tell your story. And all of these ways allow you to send something written as short as you want it, all the way up to 2,000 words, okay? You can put your bio and some media links in there, all that kind of stuff, okay? All of this includes basic editing, social media graphics for your advertising. You're going to also be invited to participate in the showcase, virtual event, So these 3 levels will help you tell your story in the written word. The star level is our most affordable package. It's only $99. Your photo and name will be listed on the back of the book, and you will be able to tell your story and get in the book. Now, we have 2 other options for those of you who are a little bit more established, okay? Our contributing author package is only $4.99, and if you select this package, you'll receive everything at the star level, plus, this is big, y'all, you will be given author credit on Amazon as a contributing author. So that means, and we can only take, Amazon only allows up to 10 contributing authors, okay? And I'm one of them, so that's really 9, all right? So only 9 slots available. This means that people can click your name on Amazon and go to an author page that Amazon creates for you. If you already have an author page, the Juneteenth Voices of Legacy anthology will be added to your author page. Okay, so this gives you some author street cred. All right, now our highest level package is absolutely my favorite, and I got this idea from our Women Speakers Network. It was actually the very first anthology that I ever participated in, and it set the bar high, y'all. Of course, to set the price high too. It's the co-author package, which includes everything else that you get with the other 2 packages. However, you will receive a special edition of the book featuring your name and photo on the front cover. So it's going to have JJ Conway, and on the other side of that cover, it's going to have your name. So it's going to have us together as the co-author of the book. And what this means is it takes you up a level from marketing anthologies, because when you can go to an event and you can sell a book with your name on the front, it up levels your experience and your prowess as an author. It gives you more credibility. Okay. Now, because this includes a whole separate print run, the cost for the co-author package is $19.97. You can see how excited I am about this anthology. Okay. So whatever package you choose, it's going to be a way for you to tell your story and to support and lift up others. Okay. All the written submissions need to be received by 1 May. So if you book it by 28 April, don't do that unless you already got it written, all right? Because we got things we got to do. We got editing, we've got to make it seamless. And so we're not going to change everybody's voice or anything, but we want to make sure that however it's presented in the book, like the editor has to make sure everything flows in a nice way for the reader, okay? And so we're going to do all that stuff. We need it by 1 May. All right. Woo, that's the end of my Juneteenth update, y'all. Let me know how you best feel you can be a part of this movement, y'all. I hope you'll join me in person walking with Opal Lee Juneteenth morning and then rolling right into our conference. We'll be at Wed Spaces in Fort Worth. And in the comments of this video, I will post the link where you can apply to be the speaker or author. And if you're already a speaker or author, be on the lookout soon for an email requesting your headshot and other details, okay? So I'm JJ Conway. Thank you so much for listening to this update on our Juneteenth Legacy Conference. Take care. Be blessed. And I kind of want to end the video here because everybody done dropped off now that I'm talking about Juneteenth. It kind of makes me sad. That makes me sad. I understand that I live in a very rural part of Texas and that there's a lot of people around here who think that Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday. But if you have any respect for me at all, I kind of think that you would care enough to listen about the reasonings behind why we'd even have a conference, okay? Maybe I'm just venting, I don't know. Now that Facebook takes down your videos after a month, maybe that's when I won't mind gets taken down. All right. Okay. If y'all haven't seen the New Ladies of Wealth page, please go out there and see the New Ladies of Wealth page. And you can leave me, you can apply to speak. You can leave me a voicemail. Like you can just click a button. You don't even have to use a phone. You don't have to give me your number. You just leave it, click and say your thing and click. You don't even have to give me your name or your email or none of that. You just boop, do it. Okay. And you can ask your question the traditional way with a form, and you can give a review. I think I took the reviews down because I had too many things. You can do your ask question. You can take a class. You can do all kinds of things, y'all, on the ladiesofwealth.com. Okay. I do want to remind everybody about our group coaching. So if you're listening to us on the Ladies of Wealth podcast, I encourage you to join us Thursday nights again. Get your questions answered at no cost with each class. If you want to get your questions answered in a more private environment, you can join our group coaching program for $49 a month. I am currently not taking any more one-on-one clients because I'm already full of one-on-one clients. And I had one slip in on me last year when I wasn't taking anybody, and then I opened it up and got some new ones, and then I closed it back. I think we've locked that down because when people slip in like that, I don't necessarily have the capacity to serve them with the excellence that I want. So we try not to open it up unless I know I can serve you, and give you what you paid for. And I do my best with everything that I do, but I don't want that extra stress. My family wants their mom. So we really put a limit on it, but anybody can come to group coaching. And usually, to be honest with you, we've only got about 4 or 5 people in there, maybe 1 or 2. Some days we got 1 or 2. There's been days where it's 1 or 2 people, and each one of those ladies gets half an hour of personalized coaching because that they would have paid $500 for, but they're the ones who chose to show up. They invested their time into themselves and they got the blessing. So you can get the blessing too. You can go to jjclink.com/group
jjclink.com/group.
Don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and ask your question at ladiesofwealth.com.